because you've nothing to prove because you've got money. And I thought, oh, what an interesting, you know me, you know I love all these kind of controversial subjects because I like to bring them out there to start off a discussion, and normally I get abused for them, but I don't care.
The 19th of January. Good morning to a frosty, sunny morning. It is Thursday. I'm on my way to the gym. Where else? And I'm going to do my spin class today. Half an hour spin. This is the killer spin on a Thursday morning. And then home, do a bit of tidying up. I'll probably break my fast before sweat today, I think. We'll see how we go. I'll let you know, because my fast is it's ending quite early today because I started fasting earlier last night. I didn't have anything to eat after the gym or anything. I ate before the gym and then I didn't feel like anything when I came home. So the end of the fast starts earlier today, but we'll see how we go. So then I go back for sweat. And then I'm picking up Georgie from school today. I'm taking Georgie swimming today. And that's my Thursday. So, yeah, I like Thursdays. I don't know, Thursdays feels like a Friday to me because Rico works all day cooking on a Friday. So, you know, So, I don't know, I like a Thursday. I like a Thursday. He cooks as well on a Thursday because he has a regular steak deal on a Thursday night. But then he's cooked that, and then we normally sit and have a couple of glasses of wine on a Thursday together. So I'm looking forward. Ah! Somebody just went round the roundabout, right round the roundabout without signalling. That's why I screamed. Wasn't lack of concentration. Oh, no, seriously, just went with no signal at all. People! People! Anyway, that's the Thursday today. That's a good start to Thursday. We avoided a collision, people. We avoided a collision. Always look at the positives. Right, what time is it? Oh, I'm early at the gym. That was Rico. Rico says, that's the car ready? Away you go, because he got into the car. Because on frosty mornings, he gets in and defrosts the car and warms it up for me. I know, it's me. You are so spoiled. I know! Whoa, it's busy this morning. What is going on a Thursday morning? Look at this. I'm going to have to go at the back. Why is it so busy? It's strange. Thursday morning. Look, even up here, there must be some sort of popular class. Look, all the way up here. That doesn't happen in the mornings. What is going on? We have space right here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn the car right round, take this end space right here, and then I just do a wee reverse and go out. So that's it. So when I arrive at the gym, what we do is we turn off the car because we don't need to run. There we go. Goal reached. 9:19. Goal reached. But we're not going to end the fast now. We're going to do spin because I've no breakfast here to eat. What was I going to say? Right. So in the morning we open up our app right here on Instagram to say good morning to everybody, and it goes like this. Good morning! Welcome to Thursday. I like Thursdays. Welcome to Thursday. Welcome to the car park of the gym. We are here. Okay, so we have done our workouts, spin, sweat, hoovered the house, mopped the floor on my hands and knees I got today. We are now in the car with Lily and Rico. It's a family affair today to pick up our Georgie from school. So we'll see what kind of mood Georgie's in when we get her. There we go, we have our Georgie. She's in a good mood, aren't you, Georgie? We're going swimming?
It's because of a poke him.
Are we going swimming today? Yeah. Okay, we have arrived, haven't we?
Papa don't want to pee.
She just told everybody. Say it again. Say
Papa don't want to pee.
Papu doesn't want to pay.
No, I don't have any change on me to pay the parking, so just sit and wait.
So it's a parking fee here at the
Wait.
swimming.
Is
Which
that the one? That was my daddy too. That's the one that I paying.
your daddy goes in without paying, does he? Uh-oh.
That okay if you're allowed to do it?
No, the parking ends, you don't have to pay after 5 o'clock, isn't it? It is actually the parking for the swimming baths, but this is where we used to bring the boys, and we used to get tokens when we,
That's right, to let you out there.
because we were actually here for the swim baths, as we are for Georgie's swimming. So, interesting. I'm going to ask them actually when I go inside. I just ask them, how is it, why people, I want to ask. I like to know things.
Well, you on your
Don't
go
I?
then.
Right, let's go in, Georgie.
Yeah, you like
Papu's
to
going to
know
sit here.
Yeah, I like to know things a lot.
Papu's going to sit here until
No,
5
you-
o'clock.
No, I'm going to sit here till 4:45.
Why?
That when it's
Because
done.
after that, nobody's
That
going to
when
come.
it's done.
Hello and welcome to January the 20th. I am just in. I have done 2 classes. So I went in the morning, I did it was fat burn this morning, which was really good. So it was a different instructor covering from the same gym but somewhere else she works in, but she comes in and covers for fat burn when Karen's away. So it was Samantha, really good. I really enjoyed it. It's nice to change it up. Then I came home and I quickly hoovered the house. I cleaned the kitchen ready for Rico to cook, and he's in the process of cooking just now. And then I went back and I did circuits, 45 minutes. Then Rico wanted me to pick up a cucumber because he'd forgotten to pick up a cucumber because he does his shopping first thing in the morning for his cooking. It'll be a riot in there now. So this is why I've turned on the camera, because I'm going to share with you the cucumber that I got. We all know what happens when I go into Aldi's. I avoid it, people, I avoid it. Right, let's have a look. So I got myself a wee bunch of roses. I couldn't decide. I was going to get tulips. They had tulips and daffodils, and the roses just won my heart. They just won my heart. It's a nice wee selection there, and they were only $2.99. There we go. So I got them. I'm gonna have to empty things in here and then put them away from here because it's just too much going on there. Just threw my phone in there. Got my sourdough, which Rico really is the one that eats it, but I always like to have this in the house. There's always going to be something that's not good in it unless you make it yourself. I've always meant to try to make sourdough. It's supposed to be hard, but yeah, I don't eat it that often, so, and if I do eat, it's going to be a tiny bit. So I've got 2 of them just to have in the house because they're good to have in the house. I am right into rocket just now. This is my thing just now. I can actually just eat rocket dressed itself. I think I've told you that before, but never mind. I'm at that age where I repeat myself. So yeah, and it's so good for you. Rocket is so good for you. So I got that because I'm just gonna eat it. If we've already got some, it's fine because I go through this. I love it. So today we're having sole. I got mushrooms. These are wonky mushrooms. Rico's going to go, why did you buy mushrooms? I got mushrooms. Anyways, I've got a notion for mushrooms. Mushrooms are really good for you. Really good for your gut health. Really good for vitamin D. Natural vitamin D. Apparently if you put them at the windowsill and they draw in the sunlight, you get even more vitamin D. Anyway, just thought I'd share. I got my Pinot Grigio. There we go. Organic. Got 2 bottles of that. I saw this and I thought Rico would fancy this. He likes Rioja, so I got him that. See what he says about it, so I picked that up. I got some dark chocolate because I want to make the almond things that my auntie sent me with the, so it's dark chocolate and almonds. I didn't get the cooking chocolate. I got this one because this one's organic and it has less sugar than the cooking dark chocolate. And it didn't say the dark chocolate, the cooking dark chocolate didn't say the percentage of cocoa, so I went for this. So I'm gonna, and I eat this anyway. This is my wee treat. And dark chocolate's really good for you. We've said that many a time. The cucumber that I went in for, people. I got the cucumber. There we go. 1 cucumber for Rico. Also, I've been looking at these for weeks. So, you know, I like the occasional gin and tonic. So this is soda water flavoured with limes and garden mint. So it's infused with wonky limes and garden mint. I think this was just over £3, and I thought this would be nice as a mixer for the gins. And it's all natural ingredients. I'm trying to find the ingredients, but when I'll try it and let you know. I might have one today at some point and let you know. Also, people, I am not happy. I am not happy. So I hand washed it and put it in the draining board, came back to this. All Rico had to do was put it away. I mean, not wash it, not dry it, nothing. Just put it away. How did you actually, from lifting it from the draining board to the cupboard, how did you smash it? You must have banged it into the cupboard against another glass. Okay, that is me dressed. Showered, I've done my hair. I used the Keratase, what's it called, shampoo today. I don't actually know if I like it or dislike it or whatever. I don't know, but where is it? This Keratase, well, I don't know how you pronounce it. But I used that one, but my hair does look nice. I must admit. And I used my brush, the brush that I've actually reviewed it. Put it all away. Not this one, so not this one. This is the Remington one, isn't it? Which I like, and I'm glad I've got both actually. Where is it? Why do I put things away and then decide to talk about it? It's actually still warm. This one, the Babyliss. Haven't used it for a while. The Babyliss Big Hair. So I don't know if it's a combination of that shampoo and this, but I'm liking my hair. Plus the fact I only got it dyed last week, so it's still kind of freshly coloured, which makes all the difference. Right, that's everything away. Now my priority is I'm going to take Lily before it gets too dark. What time is it? It's coming up for 4:30, so I want to get Lily walked, and then see what's going on in the kitchen as well, because it's crazy down there. It's crazy. It's a busy week. Right, let's go do. Did I do an outfit? Let's do an outfit. It's really glamorous. There we go. That's the outfit. So this, that's the shadow that you can see there on the jumper. This is a polo neck, which no doubt is going to end up with makeup or in there, that I've had for about 100 years from Next, and I love it. Still love it. Always did love it. And then just, I have a pair of Primark jeans, the stretchy Primark jeans, comfortable for the house, and then a pair of livery socks. I think these were they a birthday Christmas present from my friend Wax and Rosie's. I've had the White Company ones as well, which I wanted for ages, and then I got them as a gift, but I got holes in them. And I did try and stitch them together because they're like £30 for a pair of socks. Yeah, £30. So that's the kind of thing I wouldn't spend on myself for a pair of socks. So it's the kind of thing I love to get as a gift. But I ended up getting holes in them at the bottom. Probably because I'm walking about without shoes, slippers, that kind of thing. But anyway, so I've got these ones to keep me going now. But see, that's the habit. If I put socks on, I don't tend to wear slippers. I walk about like this. Right, I'm going to get my big white boots on now and walk Lily. Also, I've got my video in the background there because I'm going to answer this question right here, and I was just reading over it. So I played it anyway because it gives me a view. Why not, indeed? And I need as many as I can possibly get. Right, cream boots out. Great boots. Another great find from Primark.
think they were last year's. Gonna wear that with my scarf and my hat and my big coat because it's freezing out there. Right, where is she? Where is she?
Okay, we are out and about and Lily is definitely enjoying it, aren't you? It's really quite frosty. Look, and it's actually quite dark, although it doesn't look like it in the camera. Come on! It's my girl. My beautiful girl. So we've managed to get out. I've got my hat on. I don't suit hats. Oh, it's nice and bright there. I love hats, but I just don't suit them. But anyway, it's nice and cozy. I don't mind. So hats are about keeping us warm, but I do wish they would suit me. I don't know why they don't. Not got the face for them, people. Not got the face for them. Come on. She just loves to sniff everything and I don't like her sniffing things. Should we have a wee chat while we're Focus on me, cat.
Okay, we are home and let's chat, shall we? I'm going to answer Patricia's questions that she had for me. I'm going to bring up my video again and give myself another view. I was going to chat to you there, but the camera wouldn't focus on me because, I mean, when I was out on a walk, here we go. I don't need to actually play it. It's still there. Yeah, I was going to have a wee chit chat about you because I watched an interesting, before I get on to Patricia's video questions. I watched a video from Super Jacob, and he was talking about this guy. I don't know who it was. I'm going to link the video in my description box. Who said that he only wears one pair of trainers now all the time because he's so rich. So since he became rich, since he had so much money, if I remember correctly, this is how the video went, and I found it really interesting. So like I said, I'll link it below. So he was saying, like, because he's so rich now, he doesn't have to prove that he's got money by buying lots of designer things. I think that was the basis of it. And I was like, oh, interesting. So basically, what he's saying here is that if you've got money, you don't need to buy countless amounts of... I've just noticed that my boy's not clipped. And that would annoy me now, so I have to do it. Countless amounts of handbags and designer stuff because you've nothing to prove because you've got money. And I thought, oh, what an interesting, you know me, you know, I love all these kind of controversial subjects because I like to bring them out there to start off a discussion, and normally I get abused for them, but I don't care. So I was like that. What an interesting topic. Like, on YouTube you see a lot of unboxings and people buying all of these things, and apparently it's to prove a point. It's to be something that you're not, to give the impression that you're something that you're not. I'm sure I've touched on this subject before along the lines. Was it on the booking? Is it a status symbol? Was it? Anyway, I don't think it is. I don't think it is trying to prove a point. I think for a lot of people here on YouTube with handbags, there's a lot of reasons why people shop. And some of the shopping on YouTube is crazy shopping. It's mad shopping. Some people shop because this is what we see. It's what we see in YouTube. We don't see this kind of shopping in real life. You know, it's in the luxury community. One, you have to be able to afford these bags. You can't continuously be buying bags if you haven't got that amount of money. We're not talking, you know, a few pounds for these luxury items. They are now extortionate. They always were. We say now that, oh my goodness, the price of a Chanel handbag. For me, the price of a Chanel handbag was always an extremely high price, you know, at that time, at your different stages of life. For me, even at that point when I bought mine, it was a lot of money to spend on a handbag, you know, to spend on a bangle, to spend blah 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 blah. So I don't think it is to prove a point. It might be for some people. You know, we're all very different. We're talking about every person is unique and different and has different reasons as to why we purchase these things, why we like them. Me personally, I love handbags. I go into Primark and I look at the handbags. I don't buy them, says she, who, by the way, was just wearing a Primark handbag. I keep my camera and the doggy bags in there. I think it's just perfect. Like, it just goes crossbody and it keeps my bits and pieces together. So yes, because I will stop and look at a handbag anyway, because I love handbags. Now, I won't purchase them because I know I won't wear them, because my true love of handbags is designer handbags, right? Call me a snob, call me a whatever you want to call me. That's what I enjoy. I enjoy designer handbags. That's my thing. I love my Chanel. I really do love my Chanel. I love my Dior bag, but Dior for me is the Lady Dior, and that's it. And that's why I only have one Dior bag. I don't have lots of Dior bags, and I liked the tribal earrings. Is that what they're called? Tribal earrings. I liked them. I have 2 pairs of them. They're all ones that there's different styles, but I like them. So, but my true love is Chanel, and I do love a few things from Hermes. I love the Click H bangles, not as much as I did, because I've got a whole, are they there? Can we see them? I've got a whole stack of them in different colours. I really did enjoy them, and I still love them, but I love my Cartier. I love my stack here that I have even more, and I don't like to add anything to it. I would, because I love handbags, I do like the Birkin, and I like the Birkin 30, right? I've never used it. I don't know what it's like to use. I have seen it, like I've seen a real Birkin, but that my true love is a 30, and if I had one, I would use it on an everyday basis. It would be my everyday bag. That's how I would use a Birkin. My perfect colour, and I wouldn't sway from it. Like, if I were to go in, and I've always said I'm going to go in and ask for one, but I haven't yet, it would be gold. And I'm not that fussed about the hardware, because it would just be my everyday bag. Ideally, I would like gold hardware. That would be my perfect bag. Just, is it Togo leather? Togo leather, gold hardware in the colour gold. So when we say gold, that's a tan colour in Hermes language. That would be, and it would be my everyday bag. I would have it sitting in my room like I used to use handbags before. Like, now I come home and I change out my handbag. I don't know how I even got into that. I think it's because I want to start using them all, and that's why now I just change out my handbag all the time. But yeah, that's how I would use it. So, whoa, we went right off topic there. So, right, back to what the topic was. Am I trying to prove a point by the handbag I carry, the shoes that I wear, the clothes that I wear? Absolutely not. No, I buy what I like, right? And I wear what I like. Because that's what I've learned at this grand old age. I do as I like. As long as I'm not harming anybody, I do as I like. But yeah, I'm not a collector. I'll never ever be a collector of anything. What I have, I do love, and I do use, apart from the older ones, like the Gucci ones. I don't have a love for them anymore. I loved them at the time when I used them. I loved them, and I really truly used them. They were really well used, except one, and that's the Emily one. This is the only bag I feel I never really got like a real good use out of it, and that's because just after this came the classic flap. And once the classic flap came along, yeah, you just went to the back of the queue, because when the classic flap came along, a few more came along after that. That was another thing on one of Jacob's videos. He was talking about it might have even been the same video. He was talking about Chanel sales. I used to get an email and invited to the Chanel sales all the time. Never ever went, because I'm the type of person, you know, I buy something that I want. I'm not really one of those people that will buy things in the sale because they're in the sale. You know, if it's in the sale and it's something that I want, bonus. And I used to get these emails all the time and telling me that the sale was going to be from such and such, and I never even realised it was a thing. It wasn't until Jacob was saying that it's a thing to be invited to a sale. I didn't realise. I used to get even through the post as well, I used to get beautiful magazines and brochures, and I've kept them all actually in there. But and then I says to him in the comments, I said that to him in the comments, I says, oh, I didn't realise this was a thing. I says, I'm obviously not spending enough now, because I get zilch from Chanel. I don't get invites, I don't get magazines, I don't get anything. Cheers, Chanel. I still love Chanel things. Right, let's get on to Patricia's question. The first question, she says, so this is Patricia D, and she says, how long do you think you will stay on HRT? Interesting question. I have no idea. And then she said here, what does your doctor recommend? Honestly, when I went on HRT, it was at a time when people weren't really talking about HRT as they are now. I mean, everybody's talking about it now, or I'm very much aware of it. You know, lots of actresses are promoting it. Everybody's talking about their menopause journey. Menopause is not a taboo subject anymore. I remember one day talking about the menopause. We were waiting to get into a class at the gym, at my old gym. And we were outside, and I went, oh, see this menopause thing? And I kid you not, everybody kind of went and looked the other way, like it was a taboo subject. The knowledge wasn't as it is now. When he prescribed my estrogen gel, I asked for estrogen gel. He wanted to give me patches, and I said I didn't want patches, because I had done my homework, I had done my research before I went. I said I wanted the gel, and I'm really glad that, because I do have some patches, and I took them with me to Milton Keynes, because I thought I'm with the children all the time, you know, because you have to rub the gel in, you have to really wait for it to dry, and I thought I'm with the children. Anna was sleeping with us in the bed. I didn't want the gel, you know, I didn't want her coming in crying and I needed to hold her, and I just rubbed in the gel, for example, or I was trying to avoid my gel, my estrogen gel, going anywhere near the children. I thought the best way was to use the estrogen patches. I'm not kidding. I followed the instructions. I held them on. I was holding them on. I was They kept falling off. They just kept falling off me. I know my cousin uses the estrogen patches and she absolutely loves them. With me, I'm kidding, they just kept falling off all the time. Again, when the children were up, Christmas there, I thought I'll use the patches again, because you don't change the patches every day. I think every 3 days you change the patches. So again, Anna was sleeping with us in the bed and all of that, and they just don't stay on me. I don't know what it is. And I remember saying to the doctor at the time, no, I don't want patches. I says, I work out all the time, I don't want to have to worry about patches falling off because I work out, blah blah blah. Oh, they don't, he assured me. And I says, no, I wanted the gel. Anyway, he didn't really have a clue about the gel. He had to look it up in his book and all of that, and even then he didn't know about the dosage. And then again, when I went to the chemist, I asked questions, the pharmacist, I asked questions. They had to look them up. They really did at that time. So he didn't really say to me, right, come back and we'll discuss it in so many, you know, after so long, see how you get on, see if we need to up the dosage or blah blah blah. So I don't know, at the moment I'm quite happy. I don't use a lot. I just, like I said, I use 1 pump on one thigh and 1 pump on the other thigh, and I don't have any night sweats. I don't I'm happy with it. It does what I need it to do. If I didn't feel any changes, I would have probably gone back and asked if I can up the dosage. So at the moment, I feel I still need HRT. I feel I'm still young enough that I need my, if that makes any sense. I feel I haven't got to a point in my life where I think, oh, I don't need this anymore. I feel young enough that I need estrogen. Okay, so if I feel I need to kind of speak to the doctor about this, I'm quite happy plodding along with 1 pump here and 1 pump there, basically. So I had no recommendations from the doctor is the answer to that. She talks about, I've seen this as well, she talks about when you're brushing your teeth, it's good for you. Is it good for, it's good for your is it your memory? Something's good for your brain. Anyway, to stand on 1 foot whilst you're brushing your teeth. I've heard about that. I've got, because I work out and all of that, I'm at the gym, my balance is really, really good. I did it actually when I read, and I'd seen other people talking about it, but it's supposed to be really good while you're brushing your teeth. You stand on one leg for so long, and then you stand on the other leg for so long. It's supposed to be good for your brain, I think, if I remember correctly. But I had read this and I have tried it, and I find it quite easy. I've got good balance because we're kind of doing things like this all the time in the gym, so my balance is pretty good. So I really, really, really hope that's helping my my brain health, people. And then she also mentions here that she's checked her tea in the morning because she was saying she added collagen to her tea, and that of course breaks your fast. You know, you shouldn't really, if you're in a fasting state, because I did a video about fasting and all of that, if you're in a fasting state, you really shouldn't be adding anything to your tea, your coffee, and you shouldn't really be having anything other than tea, coffee or water when you're fasting, because I explained this is not about ketosis, it's about fasting, which are 2 different things. Okay, so in my video where I spoke about fasting, diet and all of that, and I'll link that video below, it's about an hour's worth, by the way, that video. But it's a good video just to listen to whilst you're doing other things. Says she, promoting her own video. Why not? I spoke about 2 doctors in that video, and she was asking me, she was interested to know their opinions, and it was about vitamin D, because I watch these 2 doctors all the time, and one's a professor and one is very pro vitamin D, and one's doesn't see the benefits, shall we say, I won't say against it, but doesn't see the benefits of vitamin D. I'll link that video below as well. And the 2 doctors are Dr. John Campbell And I know it's a love-hate relationship with Dr. John Campbell, but we all have to choose who we watch. The other one is Tim Spector, Professor Tim Spector, who's very pro-fasting. And Tim Spector's the one that's doesn't really see the benefits of taking artificial vitamin D. He says you can get it from your food, you can get it from your sunlight, you can get it from blah blah blah. And then I was listening to somebody say, them I was listening to, because I listened to so much, you know, a lot of these things are to do with our genes, you know, like whether or not and how well we absorb vitamin D, even things like gluten and things like that, because a lot of people think that they are is the word allergic, that they are gluten, they've got a intolerance to gluten, and when you look at it, it's not really gluten, it could be other factors, blah blah blah. It was a podcast that I was listening to, that a lot of these things are down to genetics. You should be really looking at your genes, as in your genetics, to see if you do have an intolerance or an allergy or whatever to these things, because it tends to run in families, these kind of intolerances. But yeah, I'm not going to get into all of that because it really gets quite complicated. But anyway, but you do see that if, you know, if one member of the family is asthmatic, you tend to see it down the line, don't you? It tends to run in families. My dad was asthmatic, but he wasn't diagnosed with asthma until he was an adult. So it was when he became an adult that he was diagnosed as being asthmatic. And my eldest son Costa was also, he had asthma as a child. He had it quite badly because he was on 2 inhalers. He was both on the steroid, what was it called, Becotide and Ventolin, so the brown one and the blue one. The brown one was the steroid, and the blue one was the one that opens up the airways. And we used to have a peak flow for him as well, so we would do that every morning. He was really quite bad, and then just grew out of it. I think the last time he was really taking his inhaler was when he got COVID. He really needed his inhaler, but we always have them in the house. I was prescribed an inhaler. I'm not asthmatic, though I know for a fact that I'm not asthmatic. It was at the time when I had a virus, before we knew about COVID. That was in the January. I was really unwell. I've spoken about this before. I was so unwell, and I went to the doctor, and I did a peak flow. I got prescribed the blue inhaler, and I was getting panic attacks, but it was all down to I had COVID. It was obvious I had COVID at the time, and I was struggling with my breathing. And I think at that time I actually got long COVID, because I was really unwell for a long time after that. It took me a long time to kind of get back to being me, the person that you see here today. It took me a very long time. I mean, and you all know I work out. I couldn't even run. I couldn't do anything for a long time without being out of breath. And I remember drawing on that inhaler thinking, can't breathe. And then obviously it was all down to the virus that I had. Wow, we've gone from one thing to another. You know me, when I start chatting, and my battery needs changed, of course it does. And she also says here, anyway, everything you are doing is certainly having the desired results. It absolutely is. So me changing my diet, my fasting are my biggest changes, and they have made an amazing difference to my life. I would say my life. So thank you so much, Patricia, for your questions and giving me something to chat about on the vlogs. Okay, right, let's change this battery and see where Rico is, because I need to go and film him as well, because he's very busy today. Like I said, this week's special was pasticcio, macarogna do forno, and oh my goodness, it is so popular. one of my favourite dishes, but it's got pasta in it. I don't really eat pasta, but sometimes it's okay to treat yourself, and I'm definitely going to treat myself with macaroni do forno.